I got to win a few fights in a row, and that's my goal right now.
When I get hit and I feel like, oh, this guy trying to knock me out, then I try to break my foot off in their ass.
I want it to be a war. I want everyone to go, wow, man, that was an incredible fight.
Nice left hook by Jardine.
I'm overall the better fighter than he is. I want to get to the point where I can test his spirit and see how much he wants to win this fight.
I don't care what Jardine tries to do. It don't matter. Jardine's chin is kind of suspect. He's going to need all the help he can get. I don't think my spirit's ever been broke in my life. I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to give up. I don't care what happens.
Fighting's all about the heart, and nobody has a bigger heart than I do.
Oh, big shot.
Probably will see Keith Jardine get knocked the hell out. Jardine don't know what he's in store for.
After I beat Quentin, everyone will be talking about it. It's just going to create more buzz.
My job is to knock him out as fast as I can knock him out. I would hate to be Keith.
Rashad, is it sometimes more difficult to watch a good friend and training partner fight than it is to get in there yourself?
It is, because you put a lot of time in with your training partner, and you just want to go out there and do well. And there's that part where you're just like, man, I hope everything goes well.
Now, Rampage, he's very good at what he does, but what he does is very simple. He boxes, he doesn't seem to check leg kicks, he never submits anybody, and at least in the UFC, we very rarely see him take anybody down. Most of his fights are just boxing matches. Now, has Jardine prepared for all possible scenarios, or have you gone in knowing what Rampage does in the past?
We looked at what Rampage does in the past, but we also know that he wants to add to the game. So we're going to expect him to try to check the leg kicks and make more of an effort to grab the leg and throw punches when Jardine throws a kick. So we're expecting Rampage to kind of adapt his game to where his weaknesses are, but then at the same time, we know that he's still going to be doing the same pattern.
The Dean of Mean, Keith Jardine, born in Montana, fighting in Albuquerque. He has enjoyed some of the highest of highs. He has been disappointed by some of the lowest of lows. And tonight, he has a really humongous opportunity to really be the first guy to be not one, not two, but three former UFC light heavyweight champions. Chuck Liddell, could be Quentin Rampage Jackson, and of course, as you know, Rashad, Boris Griffin.
Yeah.
Joe with Jardine, you know one thing. He will take the center of the octagon. He will look to throw early and often.
Absolutely. Now, Rashad, did Jardine help you a lot with your training for Chuck Liddell? I mean, you both have faced him. Did that play a big part in your camp?
Yeah, it has played a part in both of my fights with Chuck Liddell as well as Boris Griffin. Jardine is probably one of the most giving training partners I ever had, because he really takes the time out. After one of his fights with Brandon Vera, he came back and he made sure he helped me out, and that meant a lot because it was still his time off.
More so than anything else, if you could say one thing to one of your best friends right now, your last thought, your last piece of advice for Keith going into this fight right now, what would it be?
KJ, go have some fun. There you go.
Keith Jardine, ready to take on Quentin Rampage Jackson.
God says that a man should work with his hands.
Pain is weakness leaving the body.
Throughout the history of America, chains have always came through the process of war.
He is the pride of Raleigh Egypt High School, Memphis, Tennessee. Fighting out of Irvine, California by way of the Wolf Flare. In Liverpool, England. One of the most charismatic, vicious, and talented fighters in the world today. Rampage Jackson.
I'm the man in this desert, was a man on the block. Automatics going out, just like a sleep at night.
Quentin is a really interesting fighter in that he doesn't ever try to submit guys. He doesn't ever try to do jiu-jitsu. He even talks about it. He hates jiu-jitsu. But yet, the only person to submit him that I can recall is Sakuraba. He's got great punches. He's got great slams when he uses them. And the big weapon in his arsenal is his knockout power in his hands.
Rampage is very interesting, like you said. He's an extremely strong fighter. When you fight a guy like Rampage, you gotta be knowing that when you get the exchange, it can be a short night for you.
Rampage has been described before as a predator, always moving forward, and no one who knows anything about this sport will ever forget the vicious slam in 2004 in Pride in the knockout of Ricardo Arona.
Yeah, that was one of the scariest slams I've ever seen in any MMA fight. He was caught in the triangle, lifted Ricardo Arona up in the air like he was a pillow, and slammed him into the ground unconscious. I mean, it was just something you only see in like a video game.
Yeah, Rampage was doing a lot of slams early on in his Pride career, but as he got to the UFC, I don't see him doing slams anymore. I mean, maybe his game's evolved. I'm not saying the slams are more primitive, but he's using other tools that he has.
He's got knockout slams. You can do a lot of highlight reels. Not many guys can you say, Rashad, you can do a highlight reel of slams, right, which you can do with Rampage.
And he has quite a variety, and when he slams people, that's just as vicious as his knockout punch that people look out for and they fear.
And certainly we talked about it before, and if you break it down, what has made Keith Jardine successful in the past is when he could get into his routine, like he did against Liddell. Yeah. What I would like to see, if you're a Rampage fan, what you would like to see from Rampage is mug him. Don't try to point fight him tonight. Mug him, get in there, clinch, Greco, and try to punish him.
Well, I guarantee you that's what Keith's going to be looking for. It's a very intriguing matchup, It's real hard to pick this fight.
Yeah, what Rampage is probably going to do is he's probably going to come in here and try to get Jardine to exchange early. And, Rampage uses a lot of time with his punches with the way that he does his shampooing with his blocks. So what he wants to do is he wants to get Jardine to throw so we can counter with the left and right hook.
We are set for our main event of the evening. UFC 96 from Nationwide Arena.
And I'm ready to shoot.
Get your mind started.
Our tale of the tape. Jackson, 3 years younger than Jardine. He will give away 3 inches of reach. With the official introductions of our main event. Once again, the veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2 UFC warriors have now entered the Octagon for this defining moment in their careers, as this is the main event of the evening. Sanctioned by the Ohio State Athletic Commission, with Executive Director Bernie Profato and Commissioner in Attendance Gene Weiss. Our 3 judges scoring this contest at Octagon side are Doc Hamilton, Doug Crosby, and Cecil Peoples. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon is Yves Leving. And now, the moment of truth you've all been waiting for. Live from the sold-out Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio, it's time! 3 rounds in the UFC Light Heavyweight Division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 14 wins, 5 losses, and 1 draw. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 204 pounds. Fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, ladies and gentlemen, he is the Dean of Mean, Keith Jardine. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 29 wins with 7 losses. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Irvine, California, by way of Memphis, Tennessee. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former UFC Light Heavyweight Champion, Quinton Rampage Jackson!
Okay, guys, protect yourself at all time, obey my command at all time. If you want to touch love, do it now, go back to your corner.
Whoa, my stomach is in knots right now.
I can't even imagine.
That was a very interesting stare down, too.
Oh, there's
Oh,
the tweak,
nipple
Rashad.
tweak.
The nipple tweak.
It's going to be a good night.
Our main event is set.
You ready? Fight!
They tie up early.
Jardine has to be careful on his fence because Rampage got a really nice rolling right hook.
Finished one great man with a right hook, another with a left hook. Vanderlei Silva and Chuck Liddell.
Now, one of the things I was talking about in the pre-fight is how good Keith Jardine's ground game is. We never see it. Talk to us about his ground game.
His ground game is phenomenal. You know, it's probably as good as his stand-up. But what's more interesting than that is his takedown ability. He's really adapted to doing wrestling really well, and his takedowns are something to watch for in this fight.
It's interesting that he doesn't use that very often. I mean, you almost always see him in a stand-up fight.
Yeah, you see him start to break it out a little bit in the Brandon Vera fight, and I don't think he's going to try to use it in this fight as well.
Pushing forward. Let's see if there's a leg kick early. Forrest Griffin did a great job with the leg kicks on Rampage. Jardine, very herky-jerky, very unorthodox, and there's the leg kick.
Yeah, the thing about Jardine is his timing. You know, I've been sparring him forever, and I still have a hard time getting a beat on his timing.
It's like, oh, and again, it's like it's a half second earlier or later than you think it's going to come, right?
And his punches are something that you really can't tell because they come off at different angles when they seem to be coming straight at you.
Good jab by Rampage.
Jardine is following the game plan perfectly. He's exiting perfectly, and he's not staying in front of Rampage.
He's moving away really nicely after he attacks, too. Nice. Good duck under. Always got to be worried in those exchanges of Quinton's power.
Yeah, you got to wonder if Rampage didn't come into this fight thinking that he was going to get an easy knockout because he said many times that he thought that Jardine had trimmed the suspect.
Jardine looking for the single. Now they clinch. Jardine trying to look on Quinton Rampage Jackson early. Now that's something, as you know, Rashad, that Rampage likes to do. He likes to duck under and come with the hook, and he tried to set it up there momentarily.
Man, he's probably the best in the game with that rolling right hook or left. He rolls really well. He reminds me of a Tyson or a bob and weave. But the thing about that style is you kind of need to get your timing down, and Jardine's doing a really good job of keeping him off his timing.
What is it about your camp? I mean, Greg Jackson has always been well respected, going back to the days when Diego was there and winning the Ultimate Fighter, but I mean, GSP's gone there now. Yourself, you've had great success. Nate Marquardt, what is it about the team that you guys have?
You know, I think it's how we all come together for each other. And we really genuinely care about each other, and we love each other, and we really want to see each other do well.
Well, it's working. Rampage, of course, training now in England full-time with Michael Bisping and Paul Kelly and the crew at the Wolf's Lair. Tiki's there all the time as well, his good buddy for a long time from Southern California.
You see, Rampage is falling for the same thing he did against Forrest Griffin. He's letting Jardine get off first, and that's what messed him up with Forrest Griffin.
Not that time. Jardine looked to counter, though. Now remember, this is a non-title fight, so it's scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds.
Do you think that it makes Rampage less effective because he only uses his hands? Because he very rarely throws kicks, very rarely throws anything other than punches.
Well, it makes him very predictable. In that respect, it does make him a little bit less than what he could be. You know, I think if he threw some leg kicks in there once in a while, he'll add more power to those fists.
Oh, uppercut. He connected. Pushing forward again.
Jardine has to be careful here. He needs to
there's a kick from Rampage.
He's feeling it now. He's got it. Taste for his power, so now he knows, you know, that he can take a good punch from Rampage.
Jardine led with the inside kick, but the hands were low. Gotta be careful there.
That's one of the reasons why he landed it. Nobody saw that coming. Just so unorthodox with his striking, but effective.
Rampage is setting up that uppercut. See how he's leaning to his right side. He's trying to catch Jardine leaning in.
How much of Keith's style is on purpose, and how much of it is just the way he's always fought?
You know, it's pretty much all the way he fought, but what he's learned to do is he learned to embrace that style and not trying to clean it up too much and just do what he do a little bit better.
Knee to the midsection.
It's like drunken kung fu for the year 2009.
That's pretty much it, man.
Of the 29 wins in Rampage's mixed martial arts career, 21 have come by stoppage. Round 1 in the books.
You got his timing now, Keith. Big breaths. Big breaths.
All right, here, take some water. Focus on the air. Focus on the last
Looking for the big shot.
Calm down. Calm down. All right, go ahead.
Keith, just don't back out long. After you angle off, fire on. You own him when you spin him. You understand? When you angle off, come back right away. You got it?
Angle off, come back right away.
Right away, all right?
Got it.
Looking good. Stay long. Keep it on you all day long. All day long. Rampage, you're killing him when he's moving backwards. All right? Same thing. Short side. Cut him off. When you hear short side, that means engage. Your eye okay? Finger to the eye. Deep breath. Stay long. Stay long. Stay long. Stay long. Stay in your corner. Stay in your corner.
Edith Logan Ariani, our crew from the UFC, 3rd straight year in Columbus. Nationwide arena sold out. Mike Goldberg, Joe Rogan, Rashad Evans. 2nd round between Jardine and Jackson. Leg kick early.
Yeah, now that we got out that first round, we're going to want to open up with those leg kicks right now.
I love how you say we. That's a good teammate right there, Rashad.
Oh,
and another leg kick from Rampage. You know, it was such a monumental win for Rampage when he defeated Vanderlei Silva. Because Vanderlei had beaten him violently twice, plus Quentin had so much stuff going on in and out of the octagon. So you're facing a confident Rampage Jackson right now.
You can really see the improvement in his technique. I mean, when he landed that left hook, it was just picture perfect.
Yeah, Rampage came back for that fight, and he came back a lot meaner. You know, I didn't know how he was going to do coming to that fight because he didn't seem like the same Rampage. But he definitely showed everybody that he was back.
I think a lot of us wondered that, Rashad.
He landed a very nice leg kick there. Keith Jardine did.
I mean, Forrest just punished Rampage with those leg kicks. There was a point where you wondered if Rampage would even be able to continue.
And he sucked it up in that fight, too. You know, I thought that there's no way that he'd be able to last the rest of the rounds, but he sucked it up and he pushed forward.
Yeah, that was really incredible. It looked like he was done. It didn't look like he could stand up on it anymore. One thing he's not doing is he's not checking those leg kicks, just like when he fought Forrest.
Yeah, and that's something I'm very surprised at because he knows that everybody knows that he don't check the kick. So I thought that maybe he'll check him more in this fight, being that Jardine is a good leg kicker.
Do you think that's just because he wants to keep his base so he can throw power punches and just decides to just eat the kick?
I think that's exactly what it is.
He just ate another one.
But he tried to throw the power punch in doing so, Joe. Oh, Japane's down. Rampage on top. Jardine trying to get up.
Jardine gets to his feet.
Nice job, Keith Jardine.
Wow.
Yeah, Jardine caught a mean one there. He's trying to hold on to get his marbles back.
Looks like it was under the right eye because he's starting to get a mouse under the right eye now, Rashad.
Yeah,
Rashad, what goes through your mind when you see your teammate get rocked like that?
Oh man, my heart is beating right now. I just want to get in there and help him.
I think it was awful nice of us. I mean, you're nervous enough. Now we're going to make you commentate as well.
I know, man.
Can you get that leg to stop shaking?
Look at this.
Oh man.
Quentin with the takedown.
Looking to improve position. Just past the midway point of round 2.
That was unexpected.
Got a wrestling background. Well, Joe, you kind of pointed out if Rampage starts to use his wrestling again, if he starts to add some kicks, he becomes more unpredictable, thus could potentially become more dangerous.
And submissions as well. I mean, he's such a strong guy.
He'll continue to work on his ground game, look to pass guard more often.
Well, they've been doing some great work over at the Wolf's Lair. I mean, he's made some real improvements there, and really, most importantly, he feels very confident with them.
No question.
He feels comfortable there.
It's interesting because you talked about, you talked about the sense of team before, Rashad. It's interesting that an American kid from Memphis, Tennessee, living in California, would go halfway around the world and find that same spirit of team.
You know, it's all about getting good work, and he found a good thing there at the Wolf's Lair. And you know, it's very hard to do, but he's found something that works good for him.
Action continues.
Rampage seems to rock there a little bit. Jardine caught him with an uppercut, and I think Rampage is on some ice right now.
I think you're right. His legs look very wobbly.
Ducks under. Jardine pushing forward now. Jardine with an uppercut. Oh! Rampage buckled. Jardine looking to tee off. Seconds remains in the second round. Superman punch.
It was a short uppercut on the inside when Rampage came forward, and it caught him.
But a left connects to the jaw of Jardine. 35 seconds remains in the second round.
Jardine has to be careful now. He can't get too comfortable with his hands down.
I was just going to ask you, Rashad. I know he's confident, but how he pulls that off sometimes, I have no idea.
I don't know, it's part of his funk, but he has to be very careful right here because Rampage is still very dangerous.
And Rampage now pushes forward again. What a main event!
Wow.
This is exactly the Keith Jardine loves. If you watch Keith Jardine, this is the kind of fight where he shines at.
Headed to the third and final round.
That's some great mutual respect here. Let's take a look at this. Nice left hand by Rampage. Jardine got dropped there.
And you see Jardine, he just gets a little loose. We practice, you know, always covering up.
And here's the one where Jardine landed on Rampage and hurt him. It's tough to see. No, that wasn't the shot that did it. There was something before that landed that had him rocked a little bit.
Yeah, I think
there's a nice right hand.
You need to keep your hands up in the exchanges. Double jab, right hand. Take him down, but make sure you have your air back. Don't rush it. You wait till halfway through the round, okay? Are you hearing?
If that takedown's there, take it. But don't rush it. Do not rush it. Water.
Rashad, if you had to score this fight, how would you score it right now?
You're good. You got
it's very tough. I would give the first round to Jardine because I think he had greater octagon control. But the second one is a toss-up. You know, it depends on who you thought landed a bigger shot. But I think that it's going to go for Rampage because he knocked Jardine down with that shot.
And you heard Greg Jackson in the corner saying, take him down.
I think this is the fight right here this round. Jardine needs to go back to the uppercut that hurt Rampage. I think he can hit it on him again.
Once again, great crowd here in Columbus, Ohio, and they are being treated to another spectacular main event. The kick from Jackson.
Nice straight right by Jardine.
Rampage looking to set up that hook again, Rashad. He got the takedown. Just as his corner said, wait for it, don't rush it, but when it comes, take it. Half guard.
Jardine's one of the hardest guys to hold down. I don't think Rampage is going to hold him down.
But he's got that underhook. He's up.
Good call, Rashad. But you're still in the clinch game here.
Yeah, he needs to be very careful here because Rampage is very dangerous against the cage. He's going to let go just so he can unleash on him.
Yep, and he almost connected with the uppercut. 3 minutes, 8 seconds remains in the main event. Jardine again tries to move forward, leading almost head first.
No, Jardine needs to get a takedown.
Nice leg kick right there. Again.
And you almost have to wonder if Rampage a bit disappointed because he was banking on Jardine not being able to take one of his best shots, but he's gave him his best shot and he's got back up.
It's a great point. Oh. And a big shot by Jardine. .220 remains in the fight. Mixing things up, the Dynamine.
Another nice leg kick.
The takedown scored points, but so are these leg kicks, Joe.
It is, and what's happening here is what happened the first round. Jardine is getting off first, and Rampage in his last round, he cannot allow Jardine to get off first because he will lose.
That would be aggression and octagon control, as you talked about, Rashad. 140 remains in the fight. Rampage with a hook. Jardine handles it again. Hands by the side.
You can always tell when Jardine is feeling it because that's exactly what he does. He drops those hands.
Look for the takedown, as you talked about.
Rampage stuffed it, got him up against the cage.
.70 seconds remains. That's good for Jardine.
Yeah, look for Jardine to hit him with this uppercut that he's been looking for all this round.
Rampage ducks under. Quentin pushing forward. And again.
What an exchange. Jardine's hurt.
What a fight. 30 seconds remains. Jardine's wobbled.
Jardine right now is fighting from his gut, and this is where he fights best.
20 seconds.
Oh!
Oh! Down goes Jardine! That might do it right there.
That might do it.
but still, the judges need to render their decision.
And here you see at the very end, this is the left hook that dropped Keith right at the end of the round. And that might have sealed the fight for him.
Spectacular main event here tonight.
Very good fight, man, and this is exactly what Jardine wanted. You know, whether he loses or he wins his fight, I don't think he has anything to be ashamed of, because this is exactly the kind of fight he wanted.
I'm sure you were very proud of one of your best friends and your training partner.
I think he did a great job. He did exactly what he wanted to do. You know, he made probably little to no mistakes, and I think that, you know, it was an excellent fight.
As much as you want your friend to win, Rashad, does it scare you a little bit that Rampage knocked him down late and might have very well sealed the deal there?
It definitely does, because, you know, that score is big in the judge's eyes whenever he knocks somebody down. And he caught him with, you know, a couple clean shots, but, you know, Jardine kept fighting through.
Judges are rendering the decision. We'll find out. Good fight.
And this is the main event right here. This is where the two guys go out there and they lay it on the line, and you cannot be disappointed in that.
And they did. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. Doc Hamilton scores the contest 29-28. Doug Crosby has it 29-28, and Cecil Peoples scores the contest 30-27. Declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Quinton Rampage Jackson!
Rampage the winner! Here is Joe.
All right, I'm here with a very happy former champion. Quinton, tonight was a real important fight for you. This is the last step before your next opportunity to try to regain your title. How do you feel right now, man?
I feel good. You know, it was a lot of pressure to come in here and fight Keith Jardine. You know, I didn't think the pressure would get to me because I'm so experienced at fighting. I had so many fights. It was a lot of pressure, you know, and Keith is tough, really tough. I didn't expect for him to be that tough.
Now, he's a very unorthodox fighter. At any point during this fight, did you ever get discouraged? Did you ever go off your game plan?
No, I didn't never stick to my game plan in the beginning for some reason.
What was the game plan?
Just rush him, you know what I'm saying? Sick him like a dog, you know? But I came out there and I was like, oh man, how come I'm not doing my game plan? But you know what? I tell you what, to be honest, I think I needed these 3 rounds because my last fight only went 1 round. You know, I need that. I need it. To be honest, I think I needed it.
Well, take a look at the punch that probably sealed the victory for you. This is in the final round. This is the final exchange. Bang. The same punch that knocked out Vanderlei.
Yeah, it didn't put him to sleep. That was all I was counting on, putting him to sleep. But he's a tough guy, big guy, tough guy, man. My head go off to Keith Jardine. I won't call him Sardine no more.